Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch.
Love Island reunion.
Perfect match.
Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to Sisters Who Watch.
Hello, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Laura, and we're sisters who watch everything. TV, movie, sports, concerts, and even more couples looking for love. Today we're watching Love Island reunion and
Perfect Match, season 3. We have a double header that I've dubbed the Louis episode because we will be talking about Love Island USA season 7 reunion, where Louis was inadvertently brought up by Huda, as well as Perfect Match season 3, where Louis is a contestant. So props to Louis for bringing it all together.
I know, and there were a lot of Love Island cameos on Perfect Match too. Yes. So a little bit of crossover. Yes. So we're going to start with a little debrief about the Love Island season 7 reunion, and then we're going to get into Perfect Match. So first, Shelby, what were your expectations coming into the Love Island season 7 reunion?
I was seated. I was ready because I have never experienced so much post-show drama and social media content ever. And maybe it's because like Love Island's gotten so big, but the amount of people talking about Love Island, all the drama between Islanders, the podcast interviews, the rumors of breakups, like it was tense.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes, I want the receipts. I want standing on business. I want to get to the bottom of a lot of the issues. And it was really great because Andy Cohen was a co-host.
Thank God.
And honestly, Andy is the GOAT
he's seasoned. Reunions. He's been doing this for 20 years.
So great. Like, it just was such a fresh perspective. An adult was in the room, you know, he wasn't afraid to push questions. So I was excited for the reunion. But of course, the reunion for Love Island last year was okay. And sometimes reunions can be hit or miss. So you never know. But I was looking forward to it. And I went to a watch party. So after seeing Love Island USA season 7 finale, I was at a watch party. I was like, I gotta do it again. So I was excited to go to a watch party with friends.
Yes. I feel like Shelby was really plugged into the Love Island USA universe. You know, our whole TikTok feed is just Olandria content.
As it should be.
Yeah, I feel like once the season ended, I was like, I'm over this. Like, I think Love Island USA consumed too much of my life. And I was just sick. Like, the season wasn't good. I was sick of hearing about Huda. I was happy for Olandria and seeing them thrive outside the villa. But yeah, I'm over it. I feel like this reunion, there seemed to be a lot, you know, the Islanders are fighting. They clearly don't like each other. Like there's, you know, a divide, kind of like Love Island UK.
But what's crazy is the divide didn't start until post-Villa.
Right,
whereas in UK, in the Villa, there was drama.
So what post-Villa drama really stuck out to you, Shelby?
The post-Villa drama that really stuck out to me was the whole Huda versus Chelley versus Olandria. And particularly because if you were, you know, like me, all into social media, immediately when Huda, Nick, and Olandria left the villa, and Amaya, Brian, they were all staying in like a Airbnb together in LA. And they were all like TikToking together and on Snapchat doing lives. And literally, there were Snapchats and lives of like Huda and Olandria cuddling and like petting each other's hair and just like being so lovey-dovey. Amaya coming in, and it looks like they were all best buds.
Yeah.
And then Huda does the Call Her Daddy interview, and everything like hits the fan. And so that was crazy to me because for her to go on there and insinuate she has bullies and not name the person, so then people assume it's Olandria after she was just like cuddling with Olandria and saying like she was Nick Olandria's baby. Like, that is crazy. So I felt so bad for Olandria, and I was also like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because Huda's acting like y'all are besties like a day ago, and now all of a sudden that's not what it's giving. And it felt like she was kind of pandering to her fan base. And so that I thought was crazy. Yeah. And then you see all the hate that Olandria and Chelley are getting, and Chelley never really kind of, you know, effed with Huda. That was clear. But it became even more clear post Villa with her not following Huda, and then Olandria unfollowed Huda. It was just like, that was so messy. And then even the way Huda was talking about Chris. So just the whole like post Villa dynamics between people that you thought were good, but clearly weren't good. And then the role that like the podcast interviews played. Because the only reason people were mad at Coco was because she went on a podcast interview talking stuff. Same with Vanna. Like, podcast interviews became like really problematic.
So the tension was clearly there during the reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And so
okay, hold on.
Olandria...
I have to say something else.
Okay.
Ace's diss tracks. Those were great. They like, he had to, you know, he wasn't doing any podcast interviews or press, but he was doing diss tracks. He didn't say they were diss tracks, but come on, he was doing diss tracks.
Yeah. So during the reunion, we see Huda, Olandria, and Chelley address this whole tension, the unfollowing thing. And this was probably the most interesting part about the reunion. It felt like, apparently they recorded for over 6 hours and the reunion was 2 hours, but it was like, I feel like nothing was talked about in the reunion. Really nothing happened. But Olandria was saying, Huda, you have the most fans out of all of us. You have the most followers. And your fans are very aggressive. And they were, right, saying racist things online. They were attacking Chelley and I. I didn't hear about this or see this, but her fans put her face onto George Floyd's body.
Yes,
Did
I
you
heard that.
hear?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I did not hear about that. That is sick. And these are what the Huda rats are doing. These are what Huda's fans are doing. And Olandria was like, me and Chelley asked you, we pleaded with you. This is really affecting our mental health. Can you please make a video to your fans asking them to stop sending hate? Specifically, like racist hate. What did you think about all of that?
I thought Huda's responses were crazy. First of all,
criminal.
When Olandria said, yeah, your fans put my face on George Floyd, she was like, well, I received hate too. That is not the response.
That really upset me.
Is not
really
the response. One, you're not even addressing the comment or the hate.
No.
And then you're trying to like victimize yourself. And like, well, I've had issues. Like, it's like the worst response, like, to racism. Like, that's like the worst thing that you could say.
I've received racist hate too. That's not, you're invalidating her experience. Yes. You're not acknowledging the role you played in her receiving racist hate. And then that really angered me. Like, watching that, when Huda said that, I was like, I don't think I can keep watching. I almost got up. I was like, this woman,
the whole bar was
Olandria.
Like everyone reacted like, how do you say that? Because that was crazy.
That's insane. That's insane.
Something else that stuck out to me with Huda's response was she would say things like, oh, well, I love you. You know that. I love you. Stop using I love you as a shield. First of all, people use that too often. Do people know what love means? No.
Not Huda.
Huda does not know what love means. Saying, oh, you know, I love you doesn't mean that you actually care about Olandria and that you've actually done right by her. So I thought that was a cop-out. And the last thing I'll say is that I think what's really bad about this situation is because, right, Love Island fans, Olandria, like most of us watched last season. And last season, Leah came out post-Villa and posted a video and condemned all the hate that Janae and Serena were receiving. So this is basically like the same situation, and Huda didn't do anything. So I think the fact that we all know that last year Leah addressed it, you know, to her fans, we kind of expected that Huda would do the same thing. And the fact that she hasn't is definitely hurtful.
Yeah,
and
shows her true character.
When she was like, well, on like a random, you know, press interview, I said I condemn bullying. Don't be naive. You know what we're saying.
Girl.
You know, with your 4 million followers on Instagram, that's where you needed to make a post. Not on a random like press interview with like Entertainment Tonight. Right? You didn't even do that on Call Her Daddy. So let's not act dumb. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You don't want to antagonize your new huge fan base.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your fans, right? You love all your problematic fans.
That's what it's about. You have all these new followers. You don't want to lose them. And that's why you didn't make the video. You clearly don't love Olandria and Chelley.
Selfish. She doesn't care about them.
You would have addressed it.
Yeah, it's Yeah, Huda being like, oh, on when I did a news interview online, I talked about how I don't believe in racist hate. And it's like, girl, that's not the point. Post on your Instagram feed, hey, sending racist comments to my friends is not okay. Like, why is that so hard for her? It shows that, right, she's selfish and wants to protect her fans, even if they are racist. And she also, a lot of people online, because right, I looked at what the people online were saying,
Mm-hmm.
are saying that maybe Huda does have like internalized racism, or like feels this certain way, and doesn't mind that Olandria and Chelley like are getting this. If anything, she's maybe like intimidated by them, or
Well, I
right,
saw a
like
comment
you know,
where someone was like, Shelly, Huda was never your friend. She clearly was trying to compete with you this whole time.
yeah,
Like, coming for Ace, mad about Chris. Like, and, hey, do plastic surgery, do what you want. But clearly, everything Huda has done is to look like a black woman, right? To
mm,
blackfish. And, like, you have a problem with black women. So what does that say? Like,
I
you're not
know.
getting along with black women, but everything you've done, your lips, your butt, everything has to look like a
All
black
the
woman.
men she's interested in
Are
are
black.
black men.
Like,
Yes.
some
It's giving,
things,
it's Kardashian. She's a
yeah,
Kardashian. She's a Kardashian. She's a
peeped it from a mile
Kardashian.
away. That's why I've
Yeah.
never been a fan.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because
Yeah.
she's like, the comment that they showed was like when she was with Chris, if I was ugly, would be better. So she's still very insecure, you know?
Oh my
Still
gosh.
very insecure, even though she's done all these things to look like a black woman.
Yikes.
Clearly, it's deeper issue.
I know, clearly. So a lot of people have talked about how Huda maybe is intimidated and doesn't like black women. And maybe that's why she didn't want to make a post on her Instagram
Clark it.
feed.
Clark
So
it.
that's what the people are saying. I hope that is not the case, because that's evil. But it's possible. It's
Can
very
we talk
possible.
about how Huda and Amaya are so close? And I know, Laura, you were more of an Amaya Papaya fan. Like, how do you feel about
Yeah, I
Amaya right
people
now?
were also talking about that online. I think Amaya she was kind of a background character of this reunion. She didn't talk a whole lot. A lot of people were saying that she
You wouldn't
was
have thought she
very,
was the winner.
yeah, silent during this discourse between Huda, Shelley, Olandria, and yeah, and how when they showed that clip, when Huda was like, I was bullied, and then Andy was like, girl, where were you bullied? I never
Andy's
saw that. You seem very
questions
supportive. I loved how he
sent me.
trolled Huda the whole time, because Andy has dealt with mentally unstable women for the past 20 years. He clocks
Real
Huda. Like,
Housewives, Southern
he has
Charm,
met
like he,
dozens, hundreds of women just like Huda, who are mentally unstable, liars, etc.
yeah,
So he was like, wait, you become a new person after self-reflecting for a month. You feel bullied and not supported when you had friends like surrounding you the entire villa. Yeah,
savage.
it was. So I think that when they showed the clip of when Huda felt allegedly bullied, um, Amaya was like, "Oh yeah, that was me," and like kind of under her breath. And yeah, it just shows that Amaya isn't, Olandria and Chelley's real friend. And yeah, it's just interesting, because you would hope that Amaya would side with the right people. But that's not really the case. So it's disappointing, but it is what it is.
Yeah, again, it feels like a switch up post Villa when you see who like the most popular
Yeah.
people are,
Yeah.
and that's sad. So it's like clearly you weren't very authentic or genuine. The other thing about Amaya I wasn't really vibing with during the reunion was why she was laughing so much about during like Brian's cheating allegations discussion. What
Yeah.
about that is funny? Like it just
I
was like,
know.
and now we find out they're not following each other. Like clearly this is performative.
Yeah.
Like you're acting like this isn't a big deal and a joke when it's not. Like I didn't like that.
Yeah, we all knew that these two didn't feel like a real authentic couple, right? We clocked
Not at
that
all.
from the
That's
beginning.
why Nicolandria should have
I
won.
know.
But,
And what we also, something that people were talking about online is like when they showed that whole montage of her being a hot mess, she was cackling and laughing
it
the
shows you
entire
that she's
time.
nuts.
And Andy was like, "Oh, I wanted to ask you how you
This is
felt, but
funny
you
to
were
you?
laughing the whole time." And it just shows, like, I don't think Huda has learned anything
No.
And she claims that she has grown and
so
self-reflected.
much in a month.
And it just doesn't seem like that because she was deflecting the whole reunion. She dodged a lot of questions and she just didn't feel very sincere. So it's just sad to see. I hope that she does grow, right? Because she has a daughter. She has this platform, but it's not
honestly
giving.
Never want to see or hear from her again. I will be
she'll be
very
everywhere.
happy to not hear about Huda again.
I know, me too. So I think this is a good transition because Huda talks about how she can't talk about her relationship status for legal reasons. And
because of Netflix.
Because of Netflix. She was like, because of Netflix. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? They premiered. So what we're talking about, Huda and Louis, who was on Too Hot to Handle and on the current season of Perfect Match, they appeared together on a red carpet weeks ago, right? Before Perfect Match even started airing.
They were seen in LA. It was like TMZ spotted.
Yes. And they were on a red carpet.
And then they were on a red carpet. Multiple occasions hands. In the public eye.
You were on a red carpet holding hands with this man. What are you talking about? You can't talk about your relationship status. So
La La Land.
I'm like,
literally La La Land.
Delusional. Absolutely delusional. And I think that, so seeing them, I remember seeing this picture, Huda spotted with Netflix star Louis. And I only saw the first season of Too Hot to Handle. So I didn't know who he was. And this was before, right? Perfect Match started. So then after I started watching Perfect Match, I'm like, oh, I see, like, this is the guy Huda was with. And it's insane because they were in public being affectionate, making it very clear they were together before the season started airing. And it's like they ruined the whole season. What are you talking about, Huda?
It's so bad. So I think we just have to talk about Perfect Match now. And what's crazy about that is that Perfect Match season 3 has kind of had a bizarre promotional strategy.
Bizarre.
First of all, they do the reveal that the season 3 is coming at the most recent Love is Blind reunion.
Yeah.
With Ollie and AD
in
February.
Yeah.
And they announce Ollie and AD are engaged and met on Perfect Match. So we're all like, oh,
girl,
that's a big spoiler.
So bizarre.
And then months later, Ollie and AD announce on social media, we're pregnant. Okay, even more spoiler. And what I don't understand is that typically, right, if you do Love is Blind, whatever, you can't talk or post about your relationship. Same with The Bachelor. These shows, you can't talk or post about anything until it finishes airing.
Yes.
And so they clearly made an exception for Ollie and AD. I do not know why.
If anyone knows, please let us know.
It's weird.
Sound off. It's weird. It's very weird.
And what's really weird about it is that they didn't do that for everyone. So basically, the blonde girl that was cut out of Perfect Match season 3 along with QT, literally got engaged post-show to someone else and is having a baby and was not allowed to say or talk about it. And she came out saying, I think it's weird that some cast members were allowed to talk about what they were happening in their lives and I couldn't. And then I see Sandy on Nick Viall's podcast talk about how she's annoyed that Louis was allowed to kind of like ruin the Perfect Match season because that's who she was paired up with most of the season, but he's out and about with Huda. So it's like, I genuinely don't know what Netflix was thinking. It was like very unclear. It wasn't a clear strategy. It was a bit of like a double standard. And I think they should have just had everyone stay quiet, to be honest. Like, I think it's better when it's a pleasant surprise. I would have much rather enjoyed watching Perfect Match through the end, seeing Ollie and AD pick each other, and then you do the flash forward. We're engaged and having a baby. That would have been great. You know? They did it wrong.
Yeah, that's... Everything about the season was just, like, really, really bizarre. So Hannah, that's the blonde girl's name, who was cut out. Especially if she's not with someone from the show. It seems like
why does it
why does it matter? I just think everything about the season was such a disaster. I think they were trying to get fans excited by revealing AD and Clay. Not Clay. AD and Ollie.
Triggered.
Maybe. I was thinking about this because I'm like, why would they announce it? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
That's definitely why. They thought it would get people excited because they were worried.
Right.
That's 100% what I think.
Or do you think AD told the producers, like, hey, I just found out I'm pregnant. Like, should I, like, what should I do? Should I just, like, try and hide the pregnancy? Because, right, if she told them maybe in February that she was pregnant, I don't know how math works. How many months ago was February? That was like that was about like 7 months ago. So maybe she like found out she was pregnant and was like, hey, producers, like, I'm gonna start showing by the time Perfect Match comes around. What should we do about this? So that's what I thought.
That's fair.
Because I'm like, why would they announce it? It doesn't make any sense. So I think they might have announced that. Um, because they knew that she was pregnant and that she would be showing by the time the show came out.
Yeah, this season I wasn't really gonna watch, but like you started watching, and I was hearing a little bit about it, but from the Bachelor perspective. Like, I felt like it was trending a little bit because Rachel and Clayton were on, and had a short rekindling, and so it's like, I guess I have to watch this. Yes. How did you feel about them introducing non-Netflix talent?
Yes,
like the Bachelor folks.
Yeah, this really intrigued me. So I think my expectations for the season were high because I'm like, oh, AD and Ollie, right? They tease that they get together. I'm excited to see, right? Because from Love Is Blind, I was an AD fan, right? She came out as the star. So I was excited to see her journey, right? Black Love. I was like, yes, like I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
And then also, right, this is the first season they're pulling out, people from non-Netflix shows. So I was excited about that, right? Bachelor people, Love Island people, both UK and US. I thought that was interesting. Like Justine from Love Island Games, who we both really loved. So I was really excited to see, how this was going to go. But as we've talked about, Shelby and I actually recorded a Perfect Match episode, I think for season 1, but we just never released it.
Yikes.
But we talked about how the format of Perfect Match is really flawed. And guess what, Netflix? They have not changed it at all since season 1. And it still remains flawed. I feel like there are no stakes. They're like strategy. And
to win a trip with someone that you're probably going to break up with?
This is what I'm saying. I'm like, to win a trip? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what is the strategy? Why do you want to win so bad? Why do you want to bring in certain people each week? Like, it just doesn't really make sense to me, the format. So they need to figure out, because I love the idea of bringing Netflix singles from dating shows. Like, I think the concept at its core is great, but they need to, make it less convoluted. I don't really understand the point of all of it.
Like, why can't it just be like
they bring in new singles every week?
Yeah, I guess you can't. They're trying not to copy, but why can't it be more like, are you the one? Like, you're trying to find your actual like perfect match.
I know.
Like, I feel like that could be kind of cool. Like, oh, your perfect match is from like a different universe or like a different show. But I get, like, they're trying to be a little different, but they've taken like random elements from all these shows and are trying to like make it fit and like fit a square peg into a round hole, and it's just not working.
Oh, also Freddie from UK.
Oh, love him.
Every time I see him on TV, I'm like, I want to date Freddie. He's so nice. I really, really
Big
like
Freddie
him.
Fans.
He's so cute. So our favorite funeral home director. Yeah.
Not Phaedra?
Well,
she has some competition.
I know. Both of them are great. So what did you think of the drama between Clayton and Rachel Recchia, our Bachelor Nation representation?
Well, here's the thing. I did not watch Clayton's season, so I don't have as much context. I did watch Rachel and Gabby's season of The Bachelorette, so they talked about it a bit, like how Clayton slept with everyone and couldn't decide. So I know a little bit of the context. Yeah. But I don't really care for Clayton. So I was like, oh, okay, he's here. He's just like a big guy. But I was honestly a little kind of annoyed with how he moved in general. Like, I'm following my intuition, and
it's giving following my spleen.
Yeah.
Love Island. Love is Blind UK.
Literally, I was like, your intuition. And all these signs, like, I'm like, did he go to like a meditation retreat? Like,
it's giving
always
ayahuasca.
How he's been. Yeah. So he was just moving kind of weird.
Yes.
And like, even how before Rachel came in, how he was bouncing around between women, I was like, okay, Clayton does not know what he wants. And then Rachel comes in and he sees it as a sign to get back together. I'm like, no, I don't think this is a sign for either of you. Apparently,
No.
Rachel says they've tried twice before, not just once. And I'm like, okay, two strikes, you're out. You know, like
Yeah.
you're done. Like, stop striking
Absolutely.
out. And I was honestly shocked she gave him another chance. I was like, what are you thinking? Maybe to stand the show? I was like, is that why? But she actually, the next day when he like acted like a clown and changed his mind, she was devastated. So
I
it made me think,
know.
no, she actually did want to try again with him.
Yeah. I could tell Rachel does come off as authentic to me. Like, she
Yes.
gives lover girl, she gives hopeless
Yes.
romantic. She's like, oh, I can't believe I'm on another reality show. Whereas some of these other people seem like
She's
snakes
very
and clowns.
authentic, which is why I
Yes.
think
She seems
people
genuine.
liked her.
Yes, she was a hot commodity. Hot commodity.
And I also think the producers, like, she got a good edit, you know? Like, I think
Yeah.
Rachel was like a main character because she was very authentic, like a Shakira
Yes.
from Rhode Island, UK.
Yes, absolutely. So I feel bad for her because I think
Mm-hmm.
she clearly, right? When someone you dated and were in love with is like, hey, I think we should try again. I think so many women are just like, oh my gosh.
That's what
like,
I've been wanting to hear.
Of course. And then
Joke.
Clayton is such a clown. Like, the entire season, I'm like, what is wrong with you?
He's the worst.
He was just like, oh, I just woke up and I was like, oh, I can't do it with Rachel. And it's like, he doesn't understand how much that whiplash like has an effect on us, on women. Like, that is torture.
So bad.
Yeah, he's just, that man clearly doesn't know what he wants. He's like, yeah, I'm following my tuition, I'm following my gut. I was like, please stop talking.
Never follow your
I'm
intuition
over
again.
you. I know.
Stop
following
it.
your intuition. Don't follow your spleen. Thank you very much.
So yeah,
so I'm
that
glad
whole
Clayton
situation was
went
rough.
home.
I'm
Yes.
literally he and Rachel somehow won a challenge. Is that what happened? And then they went to the boardroom? No. I don't remember, but basically, like, he went to the boardroom and was excited. Oh, this is what happened. He and Sandy went to the boardroom because they were like bad at the challenge with their individual partners, but connected with each other, which is embarrassing for Rachel.
Oh yeah, and he was like, the kiss with Rachel. I just didn't feel sparks. Didn't feel anything.
Brutal. So he goes to the to the whatever that room is, to
the boardroom,
and is excited, like, oh my gosh, it's probably going to be women, and it wasn't. And I was like, wow, thank goodness Clayton's gone, because he just ended it with Rachel, and they're bringing in new guys, and there's no prospects for him. So it's kind of karma. Your intuition, Clayton, led to you being dumped.
What a mess.
What a mess.
Okay, what did you think of this moment? This was annoying when AD left the house and Freddie left the house, because Nick Lachey was like, we're gonna put the two most compatible couples like up for the dates, and you have to pick one of them, and one of them has to go home and leave the house. What did you think of that twist?
It felt like they were trying to spice it up, but it just was a bit overproduced to me.
Yeah,
and it also felt like, remember in the circle when they had like the robot? It's like, okay, there's some things we don't need to do. Like, I get it, you're trying to like add like a new element, but that I don't think was good, because I think it's more interesting if you kept AD there and Ollie came back from the date with Justine and like, let's see what happens. Yeah, like, that's actually interesting. Like, having AD leave just to like have her be really sad, like, what's the point of that? And it also, the fact that it was a trick and it ended up being the most compatible couples, like, what's the point? Like, again, like, to your point, like, the strategy of the show, the point of the show. And like, I would have thought they would have put AD and Freddie on dates. Like, I was like, why did they make the choice of the people they did? Like, Madison has said so much, like, she's all in on Freddie. She's already been on a date. Like, it just felt like pointless, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I really didn't like that twist. And plus, there was no twist. They just came back like a day later.
It was pointless.
It's like when they were like, Nick and Olandria, you have to leave the villa immediately. And then there was no twist. And I'm like, what? Huh? Yeah, I just thought that was dumb. Yeah, and so we have to talk about the boys' day, when the men both the men and the OG men and the OG women leave the house.
Classic. And it's like their version of Casa Amor.
Yes, and the singles come out for a day. But it's just for a day. Oh my gosh. This was actually really upsetting. So the women are just having a nice little time. They don't do anything. They're just chatting. Classic. And of course, Ollie's like, oh no, AD's here. I can't have a lad's day. I have to behave myself. I'm like, ew. I really don't like that.
Ollie did not handle himself well at all.
No.
The whole time I was like, this is AD's fiance.
I know. I wonder what it's like for them watching
saying,
it back.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, Ollie's so much better than Clay. And the whole time I'm like, is he?
No.
Like, I know it's kind of a hot take now that they're happy and engaged and but
he came off horrible this season. He really did.
Laura and I weren't big fans of Ollie on Love Island UK season 1. Love is Blind UK season 1. So, this is not news to people that have listened to our pod. So I was a little hesitant anyway when I saw that he was engaged to AD. And then seeing him on Perfect Match, I was like, I'm even more hesitant.
He moved like a wild man. A wild man.
Let's hope he's changed for the good. That's all I'm saying.
I know. So right, yeah. AD leaves the house. He goes on a date with Justine, and he's like kissing Justine, cuddling Justine. And then the next day, they go on this boys' day, and he's like, "Oh no, AD's here. Like, I can't misbehave."
I gotta behave.
Which I really did not like that comment. So if AD wasn't there, and she said that to him, she was like, "So if I wasn't here, you would have been making out with all these girls anyway." He's like, "No. You know he would.
Yes,
you know he would. You were gone for 24 hours, and he was making out with Justine." Oh my gosh! And then AD asked to his face, "Did you kiss anyone? Did you kiss Justine?
Lied.
Did you cuddle with Justine?" He's like, no.
All these men were lying.
When he lied to her face, I wish a man lied to my face like that. That
all these
was
men were
great. Watching the season, I was like, all these men are liars. Like, actually, it was scary.
What was the Italian Canadian guy's name again? That one.
I know what you're talking about.
He lied or omitted the truth by not saying he licked her thighs.
These men. The semantics.
I just didn't tell the whole story.
Oh
I'm like, that's still a lie.
So you lied.
That's a lie.
It was actually scary how all these men were lying to all these women. It was so scary.
Daniel was his name. From Dated and Related, which I've never seen. Louis, shocker, was all
Louis
over.
made out with the Filipina from Temptation Island, Alex, and they were just all being such menaces. Menaces.
So bad.
And and AD was looking around being like, oh my gosh.
In a different world? Like, she was like,
I know,
they must all be broken up because they can't be acting like this with women at home. Crazy.
I know.
And
so
I also,
sad.
I thought it was funny how, they brought back everyone. So it wasn't just like the new girls. It was AD and it was Juliet. And I thought that was a good wrinkle.
People had history.
Because they had history and you'd think they would act better in front of AD and they didn't. But,
No, and they were like, AD, also the way Louis and those men were yelling at her, being like, if you say something to the girls,
it's,
I'm going to call it. Louis was raising his voice at her and Ollie was just letting them talk crazy to AD. It was nothing. And he was like, lads, I promised, I told her to not say anything. And it's like, the way these men enable each other, it is sick.
It was giving Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh my gosh. It's too much. I just, that whole lads day was so infuriating. These men are just so toxic liars. The way they're lying to each other's faces. It is crazy. So they come back from the lads day with the singles and they all lie to their woman's faces. Only one who doesn't lie is Louis, which is interesting. He does say everything that happened. But Daniel lies to Lucy's face, right? Ollie lied to AD's face. And then AD goes to Justine, finds out the truth. Right? All the women the next day go to the other woman, find out the truth. It's like, these men are so dumb.
It's so
you
bad.
think that they're not going to find out what happened? Their camera's literally everywhere. It's like Harry Jousey last season. Remember? He lied on that black woman's name, Belinda.
Yes.
And then acting like there weren't cameras around.
So bad.
And they exposed him. Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, I was sick. And then all the couples come back. What did you think of in the final kind of ceremony thing, how they had that elimination challenge to get the final 2 couples? Why do you think they did that? Because in the past they just had the final 5 or 4 and all the ex-Islanders vote. What did you think about that?
I think I wasn't fully paying attention because I missed, I guess, when they explained the game. Because when Nicholas Shea was like, okay, we have our final 2 couples to vote for, I was like, what? It didn't resonate with me that that's what they were doing. because I probably would have paid more attention, because I was like, oh, thank goodness it ended up being like two couples that actually like I think were stronger. But imagine if it was like Ray and Rachel and Louis and Sandy. Like,
I know.
Like, I'm like, that would have been bizarre. So
I
I thought Freddie and Madison should have been in there, but that's why I was like, oh, what's going on? But hey, you know, I thought it was weird in the sense like it could be random. It did work out that like two like stronger couples were in the final, but that puts it up to chance. And I'm like, no, let people vote for who they think should be the top, you know?
Yeah.
Without that divide, without that kind of game. Because let's say, you know, sometimes people vote for friends. Like, who knows? Maybe Rachel and Ray could have won because they have more friends or allies. Like, I think that's more interesting than you know, siding kind of for them.
Yeah, I think the producers wanted a bit more control, but the questions just seemed kind of random. I was like, how is this a test of who's the most compatible?
All the compatibility challenges weren't that great to me.
No. Like we talked about, this whole season, the producers, y'all need to work on this show. And so the final two couples are AD and Ollie and Lucy and Daniel. And it's just sad because I think a lot of these women put up with so much. 100%. And it's like, why are you accepting this behavior? Daniel lied to Lucy's face, and Lucy was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm over this. And then she just stayed with him. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Same with Sandy. I'm like,
Harrison and Lauren from Love Island UK.
I know. It's like, what? You guys, are you that insecure and have such low self-esteem? I'm like, you guys are beautiful young women. Like, you don't need these horrible men. You have all these men who would be happy to date you. Like, I don't understand.
I wonder if it's like bad taste because Sandy was playing with JR and thinking JR Louis, and I was like, these are your choices, Sandy. Like, maybe you should just leave. Like, it was too much. Like, I think you should leave, Sandy. Like, I don't think either of these are good.
In the end, somehow, Daniel and Lucy are voted the perfect match.
I was shocked.
Girl, I still can't even process this. I'm like, did we watch the same show? I could see maybe them being like, Ollie didn't treat AD well. So, and AD's too good for him. So I'm like, maybe that's why. No. But I'm like, Daniel also was horrific to Lucy. Horrific.
I watched QT's most recent TikTok. So basically on TikTok I posted justice for QT because she was like cut out of the season basically.
Yeah.
Apparently she had a date with Ray that wasn't shown, like, and she was a fan favorite on the circle. So I was like kind of disappointed. And like she commented on our post. I was like, oh my gosh. So then I looked at her page and stuff. And she said that one of the reasons why the right winners never win on Perfect Match is because you have people voting that weren't in like the villa or like weren't in the house. Like you have people that were there for like 2 seconds and all they know is like the little they've seen or heard or interacted. So if you were in the house when Ollie was playing around with Justine and not with AD, then that's in your mind. Like you didn't see the blow up between Daniel and Lucy. Maybe you didn't see how good AD and Ollie were. Yeah. I was like, that's a good point. It's like not really like the Survivor jury where you've been there. Like the jury is you've seen every tribal council. So you've seen the discussions, but you're isolated in your hotel room, you know, and waiting to be brought back. And so you don't really have any connection to these islanders or know what they're going through, but you're forced to vote. And so I think that's part of it. It's like, oh, maybe you're just voting for your friend or who you think's the hottest couple. Like, oh, they seem good. Oh, I've heard a little drama about AD and Ollie, so I'm not going to vote for them. And she thinks that's what happened.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I think a lot of us were like, oh, AD and Ollie win, right? They spoiled that they were going to be on this season and that they end up together. They're engaged, having a baby. It just felt like, okay, AD and Ollie's going to win. And then this couple who breaks up within like 2 weeks.
Did they go on the trip?
Show.
Like, what happened?
They did not go on the trip. I'm just like, everything about this season is such a hot mess. I think they really need to fix Perfect Match. I think they thought, oh, if we have people from other franchises and networks come, then that's going to fix all the horrible issues with the format of the show. No.
It didn't.
No, it didn't.
I also think, like, yeah, it's inherently flawed. As much as you try to, like, add new people or new twists, like, until you fix the premise, it's not going to work.
Yes,
the last
this
thing
is true.
The last thing that I want to say is that I thought the whole Juliet Scott Carrington ending was bizarre. Like,
Strange.
I don't even like Juliet like that, but the fact that Carrington was being messy and Scott decided to leave, I'm like, I can't with these men.
No,
Scott, you were playing
so
games this whole time.
immature.
You were talking
I
about how you
know.
wanted to be with Rachel to win, but you like Juliet more. I'm like, get out of here. I'm like, I can't.
I
And
know, right?
now you're like on your high horse and you're like, oh, I'm leaving Juliet and she's not gonna have anyone. Like, these
Like, these men
clowns.
are so dumb. Yeah, Scott, I mean, she talked about, oh, Scott's like 22 or 23, like he's really young. I'm like, yeah, he's immature, clearly. Clearly. Yeah, that whole love triangle situation was such a hot mess. Yeah, I just think everything about this season was such a dumpster
wasn't
fire.
good. Like, there
No
weren't
good.
any good couples.
No.
I wasn't really rooting for anyone, to be honest.
No. And how are you feeling? Like, I watched the where are they now YouTube video on
Oh, I didn't.
for Perfect Match. But the gist is no one's together. Like, everyone broke up. And who's surprised?
Shocker.
Like, it happens every season with Perfect Match. You're like, oh, the distance, like, it's like, why are we doing the show?
They haven't figured
Why are we
it
doing
out.
the show? And then we see AD and Ollie being like, yes, we're engaged, we're having a baby, all this stuff. And I have such mixed feelings because I was really excited about AD and Ollie coming in and watching it. The way he gaslit her, lied to her face, was like, oh, you shouldn't let Ray. Why were you laughing with Ray? Why were you laughing with Ray and smiling so much? Like, that drove me crazy. And they got into a screaming match over that. He was like, that's disrespectful. That's rude. And she was like, you made out with someone. You were cuddling with someone and you lied to my face. What? And I was just like, guys, I can't ship this couple. I can't. How are you feeling about AD and Ollie? I want to support them, but I don't know if I am.
You know, if AD's happy, I'm happy for her. Even if I don't really like Ollie, if I don't think he's the best match. Yeah. Like, that's who she's decided she wants to be engaged to and have a kid with. It is what it is. Like, I wasn't necessarily like the biggest AD fan, so it's not like I ride for her or follow her on Instagram. I want her to be happy. If this is what makes her happy, so be it. Like, I might not agree, but you know. Yeah. I hope for the best. I hope it doesn't turn out bad. Yeah, right. Like, for her sake, I hope, right, he treats her well and that they have a great relationship. So yes, I want the best for them. But watching this season did the opposite of what I thought it was going to do. It made me doubt the relationship and Ollie. It's funny because I was behind. I hadn't like watched it all or finished it. And a few people at work were like, yeah, like, I don't know how I feel about Ollie. And I was like, oh, like I hadn't watched it yet. And I was like, well, yeah, I didn't really like him on like Love Is Blind UK, but I was like hoping he would redeem himself. And they were like, and so that made me like a little curious. I was like, oh no, like, does Ollie not redeem himself? No, and now redemption. That I've seen it, I was like, oh yeah, no, he does not. No redemption. Definitely doesn't. Something else, you know, we need to keep an eye out for is this Louis and Huda relationship, right? Because for legal reasons, Huda couldn't talk about it on the Love Is Blind reunion. Ugh. But they've been seen together. They were on a red carpet together, which I'm like, what are, like, you're insane. Like, what do you mean you can't talk about it? Where's Huda's daughter? Why is Huda not in North Carolina? Oh, sorry. Like, I don't know. I'm just like so over her. I'm like, please, like it's too much. Like, everything about her just feels so performative. Like, oh gosh, everything. Yeah. Even this whole Louis relationship. Do you actually like Louis? Like, how'd you guys meet? Is this just for like followers or attention? Like, because apparently Louis, he's on this new Netflix show Battle Camp. I'm like, I feel like Louis is out here just Louising, you know? I mean, like, Louis seems like a clown. He was a clown about on him gives season. Like serious relationship. No, and he played like, Sandy the whole father time. Of your kid, you know? But if no judgment, like, do what you want. But I'm just like, Huda. I know this like, man is very unserious. It just very, very unserious. Doesn't seem like you need what you need right now. But who am I to tell you what to do? So. Yeah, no, I didn't know that Louis on a new show. I will not be watching. And apparently he's friends with Miguel from Love. Oh yes, Island USA. Love Island. Yeah. And I'm like, that's a red flag, Miguel. Why are you friends with Louis?
I know. Louis is very problematic.
And you were friends with Zach with a K? I'm like, these aren't good people to be friends with. And I don't think he's really claiming that he's friends with these people, but that's what's, the rumors are. Like, oh yeah, they're friends and you're each other from London.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I agree. Those are two people I would not want to be associated with.
No. Not good for his brand.
No.
He needs to work on that.
Yes. Anything else that we need to watch out for, Shelby?
Well, there will be a Perfect Match season 4.
Oh,
next
no.
Year. I don't know if I'll watch.
I don't know if I'll watch either. It's not good.
This kind of felt like a waste of time.
I know, right?
So I don't know if I'll watch. But I will be excited and seated for Love Island Games season 2.
Yes.
I know not everyone feels the same way because some people are like, oh, I don't like the game component. But I think that's like, we like competition shows. Like, I think it's fun. But the only thing is, apparently, they're now it's gonna be live, so there will be voting, and people are upset because they think that's gonna mess with like the format.
Why the voting?
Which I think
the first season was good.
Like, America has a problem. We can't vote right.
America has a problem. Ding, 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 ding. Yes.
We do not know how to vote.
This is true. Okay, well, I'm excited for those. Not Perfect Match season 4, but Love Island Games we'll be watching. But yeah, if you enjoyed this episode of Sisters We Watch, please make sure you're giving us 5 stars. 5 stars wherever you listen. Rate, download, subscribe. And show us some love on social media too.
Yes, and we really want to hear from y'all. So DM us, comment, email us at sisterswewatch@gmail.com. Do all the things. And if you're watching, we've been giving Love Island and Love is Blind all episodes. So watch us on YouTube.
Thanks for the support, y'all.
Thanks for the support.
Stay watching.
Stay watching.